I belong. Simple ways to welcome newly arrived children and young people to your school. Acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of these lands. We pay our respects to elders past and present. We acknowledge First Nations people have lived, worked and played on these lands for over 65,000 years, and their rights to these lands were never ceded. Research shows being at school helps students from overseas feel like they belong in Australia. These students face specific challenges, such as learning a new language, understanding a new culture, and making friends in a new community. Building social connections can be hard for newly arrived students, but these connections are an important part of well-being at school. A young person with lived experience made this video. She reflects on small things that could have helped her build social connections at school. This is her story, but you can learn more about other newly arrived students from the resources listed below and at the end of the video. Hi, I'm Neha. I came to Australia when I was 14. I didn't speak English very well but started school straight away. I felt so unwelcome. I almost wanted to go back to my home country where there was bombing every day. In Australia, I didn't need to worry about the bombs anymore, but I needed to feel welcome and like I belonged. This video has a few simple things you can do to help newly arrived students like me feel more welcome when they first arrive. On my first day at school, no one said hello, and the teacher did not introduce me. This made me feel like I did not belong. If my teacher had introduced me, this might have helped me feel brave enough to say hello and make some friends. Tip: introduce newly arrived children and young people to their classmates. This helps a lot. I had a buddy on the first day, but I did not understand her because I had not learnt those words in English yet. I did not even know there were different toilets for girls and boys because back home there were no public toilets, and boys and girls went to different schools. Tip: if possible, link newly arrived children and young people with a buddy who speaks their language. This will help them understand things better and help them feel like they belong. Playing sport at school in Australia made me feel like I belonged, but most of the time I was not included in games. Girls did not play sports much in the country I came from, so I did not feel confident joining in without being invited. Tip: check newly arrived children and young people are being invited to play and encourage their classmates to include them. In my culture, it is good to do things on your own without help. This made it hard to ask for help when I came here. Asking for help might have made me feel less alone and helped me build connections with my teachers and classmates. Tip: tell newly arrived children and young people they can ask for help. It seems obvious, but may not be for some people. Knowing where to go for support would have helped me connect with others who have been through similar situations. Tip: tell newly arrived children and young people about the different support services available. I wish someone had explained my human rights to me. I wish I had known I have the right to play, the right to my own culture, and to be included in school. If I knew more about my rights in Australia, I would have felt more welcome. Tip: tell newly arrived children and young people about the rights they have under Australian law. There are big things that need to happen to help newly arrived children and young people feel like they belong. But there are also small things that can make a big difference. Some are as easy as saying hello. I want more people to know about the small things that make a big difference. To find out more, contact the Multicultural Hub, the Migrant and Refugee Settlement Services, the Canberra Refugee Support, the Settlement Council of Australia, and Multiculturalism Act. This animation was created by Frizda when she was the CYPC Youth Advisor. It reflects common experiences newly arrived children and young people may have when they come to Australia.